Hi, I'm Allison and this is Wyatt, and we are a married couple with two young kids who have lost over 100 pounds combined. And we wanted to share some of the things that we changed and that we still do that helped us meet those goals. And that, like I said, we still do these things because we still have new goals. And so we want to share those things with you.
It wasn't the first thing we started with, but when we started seeing results was when we added movement in there. Our goal at the beginning was always just 30 minutes, but we didn't focus too much on the 30 minutes. It was more we were trying to make the habit, like on a Tuesday with work and everything, it might only be 10, 15 minutes, but you still got it. And on the weekends, we realized we were always kind of making it back because we were exercising together as a family, doing whatever, so that might be an hour, hour and a half.
Yeah, I just had a baby almost a year ago, and after I had the baby, I really wanted to just build that habit, like he said. And I remember I would text him at work and say, I got half a video done, on YouTube, or I did 15 minutes. And I would even tell him, I know it's not a lot, but I'm building the habit, because we really focused on that. And he inspired me to do that, because he's been really diligent with waking up before work and working out. So using each other to motivate ourselves is also a huge part of that, because if I know he worked out, I want to work out too. So that's, a huge thing. Another thing that seems really obvious, but we tried to really simplify, was food. We have tried every single fad diet, and we have yo-yo dieted, and we've tried every kind of meal concept, everything over the past years, veganism, vegetarian, keto, paleo, all of them. And all of that made us miserable, to be honest. But when we started focusing on just eating real food and not calorie counting, not tracking macros or anything, we just made it a goal, a priority to just try and eat real food. And we kept it that simple. That has been a huge shift for us.
Yeah, and meal prepping really wasn't our thing. Allison didn't like eating the same thing every day.
Or microwaving my lunch every day.
So really, we kind of focus on dinner. We cook a bit more, or plan out that I can take leftovers to work.
And I'm really simple. I like breakfast food. So a lot of times I just eat breakfast food for lunch because that's easy for me. And I know it's healthier than eating goldfish all day. So we really just try and keep it very simple, not overcomplicating it. Has been a huge thing for us. Another thing is the lies that you tell yourself about your body. You may not even realize it, but all day throughout the day, your brain is constantly telling yourself things. And for me, I had horrible self-talk, and I'm still working through and noticing every layer of self-talk that I have. But I used to walk past every mirror and just kind of be like, ugh, don't look great in my leggings today, or ugh, my body or my arms or whatever it was that I saw every time I walked past a mirror. And you walk past so many mirrors all day when you wash your hands, everything. And really starting to notice, what am I telling myself? And oh my gosh, that is a horrible thing to tell myself. And trying to change what I told myself. And as silly as it sounds, but now every single time I walk past a mirror, I say skinny as ever. Skinny as ever. I look great. Even if I don't feel great, even if I don't necessarily believe it, I am changing what my self-talk is all day throughout the day, because that is such a hurdle for believing that you're worth the exercise, worth the healthy food, is believing that you are, valuable.
I didn't have so much of the negative self-talk, but it would be more like going, I'm always going to be this size. Why would I change anything? How am I going to make that big of an adjustment? I don't have enough time to do it, yada, yada, yada. So once you kind of switch at that mindset of it, and you just kind of, do the habits and everything like that, and you start making all the choices, that's really when you start seeing the improvements of it.
Yeah, that's so true. The lies are not just about like your physicality. It can definitely be about I don't have the time, I don't have the knowledge, I, you know, have, or maybe you have more time. Maybe you're lying to yourself that you don't need to worry about it today, you can worry about it tomorrow. So that's such a good point.
And I think one thing we did was we got rid of our scale, just always staring at it, and they always tell you, like, oh, there's water away. I don't even know all the science of it. They just tell you only weigh yourself in the morning, be naked after you go to the bathroom. And, when it's right there, I'm stepping on it every time after I walk by it just for fun. And so really, we stopped looking at the scale, stopped doing anything like that, and really just kind of put goals on with the clothes on going, I want to get from an extra large to a large, that medium shirt in there, I want to fit it. I want to be able to go down a waist size, drop a belt, maybe some old clothes that you had from college. Like, I want to fit into that.
Yeah, and even just like running down the street chasing your kids, like that was a huge thing for us. Was we wanted to be healthy for our kids. We wanted to be able to make healthy, active memories with our kids. Not just memories, watching TV or watching movies. We wanted our kids to be outside, be active themselves, and we wanted to be right there alongside them. So like he said, shifting away from your goals revolving around that number on the scale to your goals being about your real health, your longevity as a person, and focusing on your habits and routines as goals rather than just the number on the scale.
And one thing too with it is, as it all evolved, the goal stopped shifting to those kind of things, or maybe outfits or anything like that, but kind of they evolved into goals of being able to hold a squat down, or try to do a pistol squat or something like, it all kind of shifted naturally from the weight to now it's more
Fitness.
More fitness goals,
and
more
even
anything like that.
Yeah, and even like exactly what you're saying, that your goal, like we have goals, our goals are ever changing. I feel like when you focus on a number on the scale, you feel like, well, when I get to that number, I'm done. But for us, we've really learned that health and longevity, it is about always growing and always evolving and always working for more and finding a way to enjoy that. Not look at it as a chore, but as something that you enjoy. Another thing that like we started doing and we still do and are like really practicing this, I feel like we practice this more now, like recently, is trying to make choices that the person we want to be would make. Instead of trying to make choices so that we become this person, making the choice that that person would already make. If that person would eat a healthy meal, we're going to eat the healthy meal. We're not going to eat the healthy meal so that we become that person. Or the parents that we want to be, like we were saying, are active. They're out playing tennis with your kids, running a 5K on Thanksgiving. Like that is who we want to be for our family. And maybe you're not jogging that 5K, but you're out walking that 5K, or walking a mile with your kids, or hunting out in nature, or whatever it is. But choosing what you want your life to look like instead of waiting for that life to happen to you is something that we really are practicing and advocate for.
Yeah, and then I think the biggest thing is the motivation. And the motivation's always changing. It might be you want to look good, and then once you're at the point where you want to look, you might switch it over to
it's like our light just went out.
Sorry, but you might want to switch it to something else. One thing is, as I started losing weight, and you'd always thought like, oh, I want to be Arnold Schwarzenegger big, and then you start realizing, no, I like more being lean because I like the activities more of playing tennis with my daughter, going running and doing these sorts of things. So it, your goals switch and the motivation switches from, once you're losing the weight and you're kind of at a more comfortable weight, you're like, all right, well now I'm doing this for longevity because I want to be healthy for as long as I can with my family, rather than just, skinny.
Yeah, and for me, like I was saying with the scale, like you think you need to be this specific number, or this, like you need to have this specific number of weight loss. But for me, making smaller goals and very small goals has been huge, because when I meet that small goal, I feel so empowered and so ready to set a new goal. After I had my son, I really wanted to get back in my pre-pregnancy jeans. That was like my first goal. And I did that pretty quickly, but I didn't necessarily feel confident in them. So my next goal was to put on those same jeans and any shirt in my closet and feel good. And those are really small goals. But when you do it, when you meet that goal, it is motivating to keep you going to the next thing. And I feel like if I would have focused on like, I need to lose 40 pounds or I need to lose 50 pounds or 20 pounds even, sometimes when you're not feeling your best, that seems even more daunting. And I think steering yourself away from looking at it as this like massive unattainable challenge is really important. So if you look at it as like small little things that you can achieve on your way, it makes you feel like I can do this. And that's the biggest thing, is realizing you can do it. You are worth it. You do deserve to feel your best and look your best. And there's not a better time than right now. But yeah, we're super excited to share those things with you, and we hope that they help you. And if you have a tip, like, we'd love to hear your tip in the comments, because like we said, like, we're not done, we're growing, we're meeting goals, setting new goals. So whatever is working for you, like, please share it in the comments. And if you need some extra support or push, like, let us know in the comments, because we would love to be that for you, because we've been that for each other, and it definitely helps us every day. So thank you so much for watching.
All right, thank you.